It looks so dirty just because it rained. It's one of my favorite spots out here. It's really pretty. It's pretty earlier in the year, but that's okay. It is 6:44 on June 5th. I am late. I'm tired. There's a heron over there. Whatever them birds are called. The ones that look like flamingos but are white. And that fly. Like the bird from Finding Nemo that helps Nigel or whatever his name is get to the window where the fish tank is. Anyways, I gotta hurry. I got a lot to do. Real simple here, real easy. You know, I was thinking back, like, why did I let myself do this? Why did I put myself in this position? There's a bunch of different answers, right? But it's more like, why did I show any kind of weakness? It's supposed to be strong, you know, stone anchor. Why did I show weakness? And then, I mean, I got the answer. I'm not going to tell you. But, you know, I know why. It's more like just realizing I did. Like I'd done that, you know. Like I was vulnerable and open. I don't regret it. It's nothing like that, you know. But it's just, I felt weak, you know. And I feel weak sometimes, like with the medicine and I mean physically weak and tired, overwhelmed and all, but not like that, like emotionally weak. And I know it's hard to share that, you know, obviously it's difficult for me. I know it's hard for you to share that. So, you know, thank you for sharing that with me. You know, you have a lot of things that you think about yourself that are weak. You think you're not necessarily a weak person, but several weak characteristics. That's not true, you know. You told me one time you think you're, you know, oh, look at that bird over there. Where'd he go? Oh, right there. No, that's not it. Oh, there's one right there. Yeah. My camera's busted. There we go. But you feel weak because, you know, you give in to your family and your friends and, you know, all your emotions, and you just kind of do what they want you to do what they want, because it's easier to give them what they want and make them feel satisfied. Because you do feel, you know, I've already went through that, you know, but that's not a weakness, you know. Like, to me, that's not how I see it. I see, oh, there's a big bird up there, probably a vulture or something. There's a, you know, I see somebody who understands the pain and that uncomfortable feeling of being, you know, ignored and neglected, used, you know, abused. Just feel like you're not important. Like you're just there to serve a purpose. You're just missing that connection. And you're trying to gain that connection in everybody, but yeah, like I said, that's another whole other thing, you know. I ain't here to tell you all that, you know. Yeah, it'll be okay. Anyways, you know, you try and keep other people from feeling those feelings, you know. You don't want them to feel ignored or used or neglected, you know. And you know, that's not weakness, you know. It's empathy. Yes, compassion, sympathy, all that. It's not weakness, though. You're not weak for feeling that. You're not weak for crying. You're not, like, it's not easy to be selfless And even though you have different motivations, it's you know, weak people don't choose the high road. It's a lot harder to be empathetic and selfless and caring. There's a lot of birds. Oh, you heard that? There were some frogs here earlier. I was trying to get them, but it's okay. You know, like the decision you made, right? Obviously, it wasn't an easy one. You know, I agree with it. I agree. You made the best decision for yourself, because, you know, there's a lot of different things that went into, you know, choosing what you did, what you said, how you went about it, especially after that last night, those last couple nights of talking and texting and all that. You know, it's you did the right thing for you, for now. You know, there's, even if it meant sacrificing some of your own happiness, you know, you wanted to mitigate the amount of pain that you dealt to other people. You know, he may not want you more than I do, but he probably needs you more than I do. And I know you want to feel that, you know, you want to feel needed. You want to feel that sense of importance and validation. You know, not like I said, not like in a proud way, but just who you are. And you knew, probably, you know, maybe you thought about it, that I would be all right, you know, because I would be upset, yeah, but I would be okay. You know, I am. And, you know, you look happy, so you're okay. Probably, maybe, hopefully. You know, I've always shared that same weakness, so I completely understand. I gave you everything I knew. I mean, like I said, I'm not, there's no point making these like, you know, 15, 20, 30 minutes. I could, but, you know, I'd rather just tell you. You know. I'll just talk it on my phone. You know, I gave you everything I knew that would help with those feelings of shame and guilt and dread and, you know, just those insecurities, those, you know, negative mindsets. I gave you everything I had, everything I cared, everything I knew. You know, and I mean, I found this verse. You know, this is all I got left. What's gonna be in the, where you can see it. You know, but I like it. You know, for when I'm weak, then I'm strong. You know, I like that. And I think, like I said, there's a lot of, it's good to find strength in weakness, you know. That's, you know, it's not exactly what it means, but I like the way it sounds, you know. I've been made stronger, you know, by experiencing you. Thank you. Well, I will talk to you later.